Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It feels like so long since I have sat down and filmed a video. I have done a lot of vlogging if you're following along because my travel schedule has been so crazy, which I'm so blessed, and I feel so happy and lucky that we have gotten to travel so much over the past month or two. If you saw any of my videos, you saw that we went to Jordan, which was an absolutely amazing experience. So I want to just kind of talk to you about some life updates, my past travel. Like I said, we went to Jordan, we went to Vegas, and now I just moved to Denver. So I'm going to get ready for the day, do my makeup, and we're just gonna have a little chitty chat, a little bit of Q&A. I'm gonna catch you guys up. I am somebody that really does not love the look of their hair being up. I also have see how my bangs always fall out of my pony. I will tell you maybe some of the products that I'm using, but if there's anything new or that I'm really loving. But the majority of this conversation is just gonna be us catching up. I never realized how hard it is to talk and do your makeup at the same time. If you follow along at all, you know that I moved from Atlanta to Colorado. Jared and I left Atlanta together. We were so lucky enough to stay with his parents for about a month and a half. They had a lot of travel planned, and so we were kind of house sitting in a way for them while doing all of our own travel and saving up some money to make the move to Denver. We were in Jordan for, I wanna say 14 days. So we went to Amman, the Dead Sea, Petra, Wadi Rum, and Aqaba. And it was probably one of the coolest trips I have ever done and might ever do. The culture there is just like no other, and the experiences that we had were just so authentic. The people there are amazing. I wasn't nervous about going there, but I definitely was a little leery of the cultural differences that I might encounter, especially being a woman and not knowing how to dress or how to carry myself in public. And I was just had a little bit of anxiety about that. I did my research and of course was very respectful while I was over there, and I never have felt more welcome or more just safe, because they love that that travelers want to come and experience their culture and learn about their history and eat their food. And I just felt so comforted by how welcoming it was. So if that has ever been a thought of yours that you want to travel to Jordan, I highly recommend it. I have a ton of vlogs. Well, not a ton. I think I did maybe 2 or 3, but if you want to see a little bit more behind the scenes and you want to kind of see what it was like to go to the Dead Sea or to go to Petra, definitely look at those vlogs. My goal going in was to try and really experience everything, but also capture it, not only for obviously YouTube and what I'm trying to document, but just for my memories. It was just really a really cool way to capture. And Jared and I, it was a month ago and we still rewatch the videos and we're like, oh my God, do you remember that shawarma? Oh, that was so good. So if you want to see a little more behind the scenes and see some more stories, then I definitely encourage you to go check out those videos. I'll link them in the description box below. So after we got back from Jordan, we had 3 or 4 days before we went to Vegas. And Vegas is by far one of my favorite cities in the US. So I feel very comfortable there. I know what I like to do there. But it was Jared's first time as an adult going to Vegas. So it was super fun to kind of get to show him around and show him my favorite restaurants, my favorite bars, all of that. We were in Vegas, wait for it, a total of 9 days. Now, like I said, I have done Vegas a lot and 9 days is way too long. But in the middle of that, we actually rented a houseboat for Jared's dad's birthday, and we spent 2 nights, 3 days out on Lake Mead, which was super cool. I had never done anything like that. And that was a really fun experience. We completely unplugged. We didn't have any service or anything. and we got to celebrate his birthday. And we spent the front end of our Vegas trip with all of Jared's family, and then after the houseboat, everybody went back home, and Jared and I stayed to have a few extra days. So while we were in Vegas, we stayed at the Bellagio for a couple nights and then Planet Hollywood for a couple nights. And I like to do that because the Bellagio is definitely more of that like luxe experience, and you get to see kind of that side of the strip. The Bellagio has a ton of really good higher end restaurants that I like, so it was just nice being like close to those. But then Planet Hollywood I like because it's on the other side of the strip, yet it's very central. You have access to the Miracle Mile shops, you have access to kind of like if you walk a little bit further down, the Flamingo Hotel and the Link Promenade is there. So it's just great proximity, and it's such a good deal. You can stay at the Flamingo for a really good price. We did go out one night to Zouk nightclub, which was really cool. We got to see Tiesto. We really didn't stay out too late for like a traditional clubbing night because it was so busy, but we ate great food. If you're in Vegas, one of my go-to recommendations for breakfast or brunch is Mon Ami Gabi, and I don't know if I'm saying that right because I think it's French. Get the bacon, and that's what I'm gonna say. Just get the bacon. Vegas, super fun, but very exhausting. If you've been, you know what I mean. So we were super happy to just come back home, and back home meant back to Jared's parents' house, where we had 5 days to rest and pack everything up, because then we made our big move to Denver. So we packed everything up in our cars, and we only had, I want to say, about a 6.5 hour drive to Denver. And our situation in Denver is a little unique. While we are here in Denver, we actually rented out an Airbnb first. So new backdrop, as you can see, this is our Airbnb that we will have for a little under 3 months. And the reason we did that is because neither one of us have spent a lot of time in Denver. We rented this Airbnb, it was brand new, it had no reviews, but we were like, YOLO, right? Saturday morning, we are making our drive, and like I'm so anxious in a good way. Like, where am I going to live for the next 3 months? I have no idea what's in this area. I have no idea what this Airbnb really looks like. The pictures were very seldom, but what the pictures were of looked very luxe. We walked in, the place is absolutely beautiful. I know you only see me sitting here like in the one little corner, but I am so pleasantly surprised. We are in an apartment complex, so it's really like we have an apartment just like on a really short-term lease, which is awesome. We have a 1 bedroom because rent is expensive. A beautiful open kitchen, tons of windows and natural light. I have only been here 2 nights, 3 nights? Yeah, but I could not ask for anything more. Like, the place is perfect. A 4-minute walk between me and Draft Beers. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Our favorite food is tacos, obviously. And we just typed in on our GPS, like, tacos, or like on like Apple Maps, and it was like bing, 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 like all these little orange, like just so many restaurants are surrounding us. So we walked to this rooftop taco restaurant. We had some margaritas. We were just like sitting there, and we were like, holy shit, like this is gonna be our life. Like, we are in this brand new city. We have so many new things to discover. Like, we were just so excited. Then I had like set a few goals for myself being in a new city that I really want to make sure I stick with. And one of those is I really wanted to try hot yoga. I was obviously very nervous. I don't know anyone. I cannot do yoga. I'm pretty flexible, and I strength train a few times a week, so I like felt good about it. But I mean, you know, first time, new city, whatever, you get it. There's nerves. I do the 60-minute hot yoga class. I almost fainted 4 times, but I did it. There was literally, I'm not kidding you, like puddles of sweat around me. Like when we were standing up and we would like bend over, and like touch our hands to the ground, like instantly, like it was like raining off of my forehead onto the ground. And I was wearing spandex shorts, and like my leg, like it looked like I had just got out of the bath. Like I was soaked, but like that's a good thing, right? I'm like detoxing, sweating it all out. It felt really good when I was done. Like I felt so accomplished, you know? And an even better thing is I actually made a few friends while I was there. They introduced me like at the beginning of the class. They were like, this is Courtney, she just moved here, she's new. So afterwards, there were like 3 or 4 different girls that came up to me and introduced themselves, and I was like, just like feeling just such good vibes. Yes, good vibes, because I was like all zen from my yoga, but also a new city brings a lot of exciting things. You get the chance to make new friends, you get the chance to try new restaurants, but it also brings a lot of anxiety surrounding what ifs. You know, what if I don't fit in? What if I don't find, you know, a good girl group to hang out with? And what if I'm scared to leave my apartment? There's just so much that can go wrong just as easily as things can go right. But I really focused on my mindset going into this move and how I'm the only one that's gonna make me get out of my comfort zone. I'm the only one that's gonna make these decisions to get out there and do things and have a positive outlook, to have a positive experience. So walking to the yoga class was scary because I was doing it on my own. And I know it sounds silly, like I know it's like, it's a yoga class, walk, take the class and come home. I think it, to me, signified more. It was you're in your new city and you're getting out of your comfort zone. And then at the end of the class, when I was like talking to some of the girls and they were being really nice and we connected online, I was like, you did it. And it was that easy. And this is how in your late 20s you make friends, if you know what I mean. And pro tip, I was wearing my Swiftie sweatshirt, and you know, when a Swiftie sees another Swiftie, they're going to befriend you. Hold up, I forgot to tell y'all, but I'm filming with my new camera. How do you like it? Is the quality good? Let's see if I go to show a product. Like if it, hold on, one thing at a time, Courtney. Let me do this first. It's so smooth and soft on the lip. Did she switch? Woo. Maybe it's not set up right and I'm gonna look back on this footage and be like, yeah, that didn't do anything. All right, I'm gonna curl my lashes. I am having some current beauty favorites and like skincare favorites. I'm very into sheet masks and like little eye masks right now. I'm like doing them almost nightly. I got the Sephora ones that are like $6, little under eye patches, and I like put them on while I'm like making dinner. I feel like I want a little bit more color on my lip, so I'm gonna take the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Cane's and pop it on top of this lip sheen. Oh yeah, much better. Beautiful. Okay, what am I missing? Let's do a little bit of highlight. When we were on the houseboat with Jared's family, Jared's older brother, Jake, introduced me to a game called Overcooked, and it's one of my new obsessions. So I had Jared buy it on his Xbox. Do y'all remember Cooking Mama from like a Nintendo DS, like ages ago? So it's kind of like that, but on steroids. Like the orders come in and you have to make the orders, but it involves a lot of like teamwork. And Jake came to Denver when we first moved just a couple of days ago to help us, you know, carry in boxes and unpack and everything, which was very nice. So Jake, if you're watching, shout out to you. But we were all 3 playing Overcooked on the couch, and it's like one person has to chop the food, one person has to cook the food, then one person has to like assemble and serve the food, and it's like very chaotic, but for someone who isn't super into video games, I think it's like the most fun thing ever. I so appreciate you guys just sitting down and chatting with me. I don't know who exactly watches these videos, whether it's friends or family or strangers on the internet, but I just want you to know that I so appreciate all of the support that you give me, the likes on the videos, the subscribe to the channel. It really makes me happy. And just thank you for following along on my journey. A lot of this feels just like a video diary. Like, I can't wait in a year when I've done hot yoga 100 times to look back and listen about the first time that I went. I just think it's a really cool way to document all of the excitement happening in my life right now. And then it's even better to share it with you and see if it reaches, you know, one of you guys, and if it inspires you or helps you, or I don't know, if I make you laugh or whatever it is. So thank you. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.